So I'll be honest with you guys, I'm pretty sure throughout my entire journey, I've gone through more investing apps than I really think the average person should, especially if you're not rich, and I'm nowhere near it. But I find it really beneficial to use them because not only do you get a better grasp of the usability of different investing apps, but it gives me the opportunity to make videos like this to help you guys out. Hopefully, I can use this video to make a lot of you guys really excited about the idea of investing, especially if it's something for the first time and having your money actually make money for you. But I also want you guys to be able to understand some of the pros and some of the cons that each investing app brings, so you can ultimately understand which app may work best for you and your investment style. So let's get started. So first we have Acorns, aka the automated investing app. Now Acorns is an honorary pick for me on this list. I'll get into that later, but I personally do think Acorns is a really unique app that I've used simply for the fact of its automated investing features. One thing I really like about Acorns is that it definitely caters towards very new investors. Unlike other investment apps where you have the opportunity to select from each individual company or ETF, aka exchange traded fund, when you go on Acorns, you actually are selecting from different types of portfolio ranging from their light aggression to heavy aggression. So whichever one you pick determines how each dollar that you put into the portfolio splits up into different categories and sectors of the stock market. They also have categories of investing for retirement accounts. They have individual accounts. They even have an account that you can set up for your family and your children. It's a wide range. It's a really cool thing. But one of my favorite things that they offer is their Acorns debit card. And one thing that's really cool with this debit card is some of the bonus money that you can earn into the account. Now, Acorns has relationships for different companies, and because of those relationships, whenever you use your debit card on that certain subscription or membership or at that specific store or restaurant, Acorns will actually give you X amount of dollars directly towards your portfolio. So it's free money, you can consider it a discount. It's really cool. But them having the debit card leads to the one thing that I absolutely love about Acorns that I haven't seen on any other investment app yet, and that's their roundup feature. So let's say that you're at a coffee shop and you're buying your $5.50 coffee or that caffeinated drink so you can have enough energy after your second job to take notes for your YouTube video. Nothing really specific, but it takes that $5.50 and it rounds it up to $6. Now the $5.50 of course is your regular charge, but that extra 50 cents actually goes right back into your portfolio. So essentially not only are you saving every time you spend, but you're investing every time you spend as well. And based off the stock market increasing at an average of 7 to 9% a year, that savings could increase pretty gradually every year without you thinking about it. It's really cool. But for me, that's kind of where the fun stopped, and that leads to Acorn being my honorary member of this list of investing stocks I'm recommending, because personally, I stopped using them, and that's for one reason, and that's for one word: fees. Literally, it's one letter away from an even better word, one of the greatest words of all time. Back when I was using it, there was a fee when you wanted to use the debit card. It was a $3 fee, and then they had the retirement and kids accounts, family accounts, and that was a more expensive fee. It looks like as of now, regardless of what you use, you do have to pay for something. The individual account looks like it's going to be $3 a month, and the family and kids account is going to be $5 a month. Now granted, they're all inclusive and packed with a lot of features, including a retirement account, the debit card, and a bunch of other things. Personally, I didn't want to have to use an investment app where I had to spend money to make money, even though I guess that's kind of how life works. But in this case, it didn't have to because there are a plethora of other investing apps that are free. So that one went off my list. But overall, Acorns has a lot of great features, especially that debit card. And because of that debit card, I really feel like it's beneficial for someone that spends a lot of money but wants to invest but may not necessarily have the time to actually do the research on individual companies and may not necessarily care about the little $3 a month that goes away. Because in hindsight, it is kind of small. Maybe for the college student, but who knows? And if that's something that interests you, then maybe Acorns is an investment app you should look into. So next up, we have Public, aka the social media investing app. Public is definitely the most unique investing app that I currently use on my phone right now. I once compared it to the idea of if Twitter allowed you to buy and sell stocks. So some things that are really cool about Public. Unlike Acorns, you actually have the opportunity to buy and sell individual companies and ETFs, and I believe they now currently allow you to buy and sell crypto. So if that's something up your alley, that's really cool. You have that feature with Public. But what I absolutely love about using Public is that not only can you make the regular buy and sell and other types of trading on this investment app, but you can actually be a part of a community that allows you to post the different moves that you're making. Of course, it doesn't get super specific. It just says, hey, I bought this or I sold this. But you can be a part of a community that ranges from the everyday investor like you and myself to even corporate members of these major companies to even CEOs of these companies that you actually invest with. They make posts about certain insights and other things that will be of interest to you. It's a really cool thing. The interface of it's really cool. Besides the messaging features, they offer a lot of research. Your portfolio looks pretty clean. There's really nothing about the interface of the app or the basics of the app that I have an issue with, except one thing. This one thing just personally annoys me, and it has to do with fractional investing. And it's the fact that you can't invest your change. Now, with a lot of brokerage apps, with the creation of fractional trading or fractional investing, it's really making investing a lot more inclusive to a lot of people who aren't necessarily rich. So you don't have to necessarily have $200 to buy a share of Apple. Typically with any investment app, you need $1. But typically with a lot of other investment apps, if you have $1.47, you can put $1.47 towards a share of Apple, except with Public. Public will not take that leftover change. It will only take whole dollars. So it's really a detriment to a lot of people who dividend invest. So you may get a little bit of change as rewards from the companies you invest in. And unless they add up to $1, the consistency that you would normally reinvest will drop just a little bit if you're using an app like Public. So that part kind of sucks. But overall, I really feel like this is definitely a great platform for people who have social media as a heavy part of their lifestyle. You can connect with people, follow people, have people follow you, build relationships, and actually seek advice from other people that are more experienced investors. It's definitely a platform where a lot of people can grow together if you use it correctly. So if that's something that you're interested in, then definitely check out Public as well. Next, we have Robinhood, the popular investment app. Robinhood is definitely my most consistently used investment app out of all the investment apps I've ever used or currently use as my biggest portfolio. It's the most popular investment app, in my personal opinion, that's available out there. Unlike Acorns, again, Robin allows you to invest in these individual stocks, ETFs, definitely cryptocurrencies, and it seems like they're adding more crypto every single month. And unlike Public, they actually allow you to invest in that change, of course, if it's at least $1. So that adds a lot of flexibility. Their interface is really straightforward. It allows you to see your portfolio from the day to all time, so you can see what you're working with. And they also have some really cool features, including the opportunity to trade options, so you can make some extra money. And they actually have a brand new feature to where you can loan off your stocks to other people and get paid the interest while retaining the ownership of those stocks. There's a lot about that I really don't know. It seems like it works more for people that have a lot more money in their portfolio, but I'll definitely look more into that. Leave a comment below if you have some questions about that. Robinhood also has a debit card that's really cool. I'm pretty sure they don't have a roundup feature like Acorns. I will still put Acorns slightly above it, but what Robinhood does offer are dividends. And for me, it was really cool because I can take the dividends that I'm making, keep them on the actual debit card, and those dividends will actually make more dividends because I'm building a balance. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely keep a lookout for that. Now, as far as what I don't like, and this is again me personally, there's really not much about Robinhood that I'm not too crazy about. Now, unfortunately, they've been on the news a little more than you would want an application that handles your money to be. There's been a lot of people that have lost their money in certain situations because they've halted trading, because trading was too volatile or other things like that. And I personally haven't had that issue at the moment. I'm not saying that Robinhood is flawed and that is something you want to keep a lookout for, but I haven't personally had any issues with it at the moment. Again, overall, it is my favorite investment app out of all apps that I have. The interface is super clean. There's a lot of other features you can use to make some extra money. I really feel like it's a cool app that not only has a lot of things going on with it, but it still has a clean enough interface where it can be a bit more user-friendly for those of you guys that are new and starting to invest. So next we have Fidelity, aka the Full Lifer investment app, which sounds like a really goofy name, but you'll understand that in a second from my opinion. Fidelity is probably gonna be based off the oldest company of a brokerage app out of any of the apps I have, and kind of unfortunately, you can really tell that with the interface. The interface layout is a little more complicated to get through. Typically the information isn't given to you out the gate, but you can really tell they're working on doing updates. So once you get through that, you can definitely get into the features that they have. One thing that really separates Fidelity from any other investment app that I've used is the fact that they allow you to buy OTC or over-the-counter stocks, aka penny stocks. Penny stocks are typically companies that are a lot more riskier than regular companies or blue chip companies. So it's typically beneficial for someone that's a lot younger and has a lot more time to lose money and make mistakes and make their money back to actually invest in over-the-counter stocks or penny stock, or unless you know what you're doing. But I really think it caters more towards young adults. And aside from that, they have their blue chip stocks or their long-term stocks that you would invest into that also pay dividends, the ETFs. I don't think they offer cryptocurrency, so that part kind of sucks, but there is a grayscale Bitcoin ETF, which is kind of one and the same, but not necessarily. And of course they have regular stocks and ETFs that you can invest into, but they also have retirement-based portfolios that you can invest into as well, whether it's your 401k or Roth IRA, which both I've talked about in previous videos, so make sure you check that out. So in my opinion, the fact that it caters to young people with a lot more risk that can invest into these penny stocks, to people to prepare for post-retirement and having enough money to live out the rest of their lives, is why I consider this the full-time lifer investment app. So of course there are things I don't like about using Fidelity. Again, the interface isn't necessarily as friendly as a lot of other investment apps out there. Also, if you like trading cryptocurrency, then this isn't the investment app for you at the moment because they do not offer that. But overall, after you get used to the actual interface of Fidelity, you'll realize that this investment app has a lot of great features, ranging from when you're a lot younger to when you're a lot older. So this could essentially be the one investment app that you use for your entire life. And finally, we have M1 Finance, aka the clean investment app. I personally call it the clean investment app because, again, in my opinion, out of all the interfaces of all the investment apps that I've used, M1 probably has the cleanest interface. What I like about it is that your portfolio appears as a pie chart, which is really cool because you get a more visual representation of the division of each stock or ETF that you have that makes up that chart, and the weight of each stock or ETF in that chart, so you know about how much money makes up this particular pie chart of your portfolio. It also has some really cool features, including a checking account that gives you cash back, a credit card that also gives you cash back, and is metals for you bougie people out there. And of course, at the moment, they don't trade cryptocurrency, but you are able to sign up for early access to it. So that's something that's coming really soon. So that's a really great thing. Now, as far as what I dislike, there may be something that I'm personally missing. So if you use M1, after you hear all this, leave a comment below. Let me know if you agree or disagree, and you can tell me why, because again, I might be missing something. But the one thing that I personally do not like about M1, almost with a burning passion, is that your investments aren't automated. I personally deposit about $25 every single Monday onto the account. I get notified around 8:20 a.m. that the funds have made it, and I have until 8:30 a.m. to actually put them towards my portfolio. And if I don't, then I can't invest that day, which is the other thing that really sucks about M1. When you open an account, you can only invest once per day, and that's before the trading window starts. Now, of course, you can upgrade your account. I believe it might be $25 a month, and it allows you to invest twice per day, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. So if you're someone that's a bit more of an active investor, M1 may not be the best route for you. As a matter of fact, I'm recording this video in the morning and it's almost 8:30, and I just missed my window. So you're welcome. But overall, M1 is a really easy app to maneuver through. There's really no interface issues. If you can get away from the issue of the automated or lack thereof automated investing, then M1 might actually be one of the best investment apps out there. Again, if there's something that I know I'm missing, or you know that I'm missing, as far as being able to have money automatically go into your portfolio, leave comments below, because again, I just could be tripping. But overall, M1 Finance is one of my favorite investment apps. Otherwise, I don't have to worry about that part, and it may be an investment app that you can check out as well. Overall, I personally believe that any of these investment apps could be beneficial for you. Again, it just depends on your comfort level when it comes to putting money into an actual brokerage app and making money off that. And it just depends on what type of investing style that you personally like to have. If you're more of an active investor, then Robinhood may be something for you. And if you're more of a passive or occasional once a week investor, then Acorns or maybe M1 Finance could be something for you as well. Let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite investing app? Or if you're new, which one are you possibly leaning towards? I do appreciate you guys watching as always. And until next time, take care.